So as you saw, the title of today is basically covering up some pretty cool stuff, which is, waking up in an entrepreneur's body. What does that even feel like? What's that look like? Hopefully you're starting to do that. So I kind of want to cover some topics today, kind of discuss it with you. While you guys are watching live, I'll be, kind of chiming in with you guys as well. Appreciate you being on here. So the big thing is, what is like that? What's that look like? And the way I look at it is, you have to seek opportunity. When I was working, I was an engineer, so I don't know if you guys knew that, but I was an engineer back in what was called Raleigh. It's one of the top engineering schools in Missouri. Not as cool as MIT though. And I was there, became an engineer. I went to go and work for this company for about a year, and it was Unilever. And at Unilever, they were selling soap. So like the Dove soap, I can tell you stories about that. But anyways, we're selling Dove soap. We're in this big machinery. It's like humid, it's not fun. It's in Missouri. And I'm getting paid, a good salary or whatnot. But every day I had to be there at 6 a.m. I didn't leave until like 6 or 7 p.m. What a life, right? And I wore these hairnets, I wore these earplugs, these glasses. We had to wear these outfits because of, being in containment, making sure there's no like hairs falling in the shampoo. That'd be kind of nasty. And I remember just thinking and taking a step back one day, because sometimes we can get really close into our jobs, is, man, is this where I want to be in 50 years? Right? Like this is the path that I've chosen. Like I'm on the path to, rank up in the engineering world and be an electrician or electrical engineer working on equipment running around this plant. But are these the people I want to be surrounding myself? Are these the friends that I want to have in 50 years? And of course, to kind of give you a visual of what I was looking at people with no teeth. They all they knew was how to press a couple buttons on a machine, and I was the engineer in the background trying to make sure it all kind of happened. And I remember that day, that instant, I was like, hell no. Like this is a really, really bad positioning. And it sucks because I just paid over $100,000 in schooling to become an engineer, to become a graduate inside an engineering degree. And here I am figuring it out at this moment in time that all that training, all that schooling was kind of a waste, if you will, of the path that I was about to take. And so I had to make a big decision, right? Like, hey, is this something that I want to pursue? Is this something I want to do? Which kind of gets me to my next point, is you never want to quit your job without something else in place, right? You never want to just be like cold turkeyed out, right? Like, you know what? This job pretty much sucks. I'm out of here. See you guys later. And then try to go figure it out. I don't recommend that. It's actually something my grandfather always told my dad, and my dad's told me, is never quit a job without a replacement. And that's really important. So, hey, good to see you guys. What's up, Kim Doyle? Good to see you as well. So yeah, that's the big thing there is, when you guys are looking at in an entrepreneurial world, or you have a job right now, you don't want to go quit cold turkey and say, I'm going for the online world, right? That's your 9 to 5. That's what's paying the bills right now. That's what's bringing home cash. What you want to go do is figure out, how do I supplement my income with another revenue source, another profit generating source? And that's kind of where you start to live out this entrepreneur world. So you work as an employee from 9 to 5, and you figure out how to be an entrepreneur from 5 p.m. and on, right? So if you got to take care of the kids, if you got dinner coming home, you get that done. But after that, it's entrepreneur time, right? It's grind time. It's getting it in. If it's morning for you, maybe you're waking up at 4 a.m. and before you go to work, you got 3 hours of you time, right? Figuring things out. So what does it look like? How do we kind of break that down? How do you start to shift that mind, shift that paradigm? Because a lot of us get into the world, like a lot of my family members, they get locked in called what's these golden handcuffs. And these golden handcuffs are what's securing you to a job, right? It's a paycheck. It's consistent. You know it's coming. It's guaranteed, if you will. A lot of people think of, hey, I know on the 15th and on the 30th, I'm getting a paycheck. I know how much it's worth. I know what those are going to go towards, what bills those are going to pay for. And you keep running the mundane lifestyle of, get up, take a shower, eat breakfast, out the door you go, 8 a.m. tonight, 8:30 traffic, then unless you're in California, and then you go to work, right? And then you come home, you drive home, dinner, and maybe you do something in between there, maybe a little TV, fall asleep, boom, repeat, same thing the next day, right? The mundane lifestyle just to keep earning that paycheck and spending that money versus trying to do the adverse of that. Having to look at, how do I replace my job so you have the opportunity to take days off. You have the opportunity to go to Disneyland with your kids. You have the opportunity to say, hey, you know what, today, I think I'm just going to stay home and work from today. So that's the adverse effect of what it looks like to wake up in an entrepreneur's body versus being a workhorse for someone else.